brother, basement hard luck. Basement hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Your brother, basement hard luck. Basement hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck.
Good morning and welcome to the Hard Luck Show. I'm your certified, qualified host, Steve Lucky Luciano. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you've tuned in to the Hard Luck Show. Sitting across from me is my partner and co-host,
Chumahan, an American Indian, Southern Californian, elegant barbarian, and your friendly neighborhood lawyer.
and on music, it's old Blue Eyes himself,
Sean Lewis, engineer for the Hard Luck Show.
Nice. And we got Big Pick Mike on today.
Big Pick Mike.
Big Pick Mike, what's happening, y'all? Mike Angelo Photography. Welcome to the Hard Luck Show.
Look, man.
So you were just telling us about your friend or a good guy or whatever, because we were talking a little bit about the dangers of bodybuilding. It seems like
It's not the dangers of bodybuilding, it's the dangers of steroids.
Well, it seems like there's a bodybuilding death like every other month or once a month.
Cedric McMillan. Fucking guy. Followed him. Pro. Just fucking, dude, just a good guy, man. Like, I liked following this guy, what he was about. And then I didn't see him for a minute. And then all of a sudden I hear them talking about a death, and there was somebody said Cedric, and I was like, there's no way that they're talking about Cedric McMillan. And I Googled, and sure enough, I found out that he had died of a fucking heart attack.
His last victory was in 2017 at the Arnold Classic.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the leading bodybuilders in the 21st century. And he had, you know what? He had the classic physique.
Yeah, absolutely. Old school.
Which I like. I don't know. The new school, I don't know. They got like a kind of, it's, you see abs, but they got like a kind of a round belly or a puffed out belly. It's a little weird. Like the new school. I like more like Arnold Schwarzenegger, a more classic style of look. So he had a heart attack or how did he
Well,
pass
they
it?
said he had complications with COVID, but he had already experienced some things that were kind of like a heart attack, some different things. And he kept on pushing because he was trying to compete. And finally, at the last minute, he dropped out. And it was only like a week after he dropped out of this last competition, he died.
He was 44 when he died.
It's crazy.
In 2020, he came in 6th in the Arnold Classic Columbus. 2019, he came in 2nd in Japan Pro.
Mm-hmm.
2019, Romania Muscle Fest Pro. He was number 1. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's just only so far you can push the body with enhancements before you're just not going to be able to. I mean, having a heart attack, boy.
And listen, man, I was listening to some guys talking about it, and because there's been multiple deaths recently,
Right.
And I was listening to a couple bodybuilders talk, and they were like, they were being really honest in this talk, and what they were talking about were the guys were like, they were both in their 40s that were talking. They were both, one was professional, the other one was retired, but an ex-pro. And they were kind of like, listen, man, like, you don't live a long time as a bodybuilder using these types of enhancing drugs. And everybody knows it. And these two guys were in their 40s, and they were like, fuck, you know, with that dude dying and somebody else, they were both saying, they're like, I don't know when my day is. These guys are in their 40s, and they're like, you know, I'm grateful to be alive, but I know what I've done. And they were like kind of talking about the use and the abuse of steroids. And they were also talking about how once you get to that size, it's addictive. You don't want to stop. Like once you carry that type of size, it's hard to not want to carry that size. So guys go on and they go, there's just, you know.
But like Arnold is like what, in his 70s?
But you have your couple guys, you know, that are like that.
Arnold is in his 70s.
And Columbo was too, and he just died.
Right. and Ferrigno's still around, right? But those guys all. So I don't know, man. We should bring in a scientist to talk about this because I don't really know why those guys. Now, what?
Because I feel like those guys had so much going on with them that there was maybe a physician that was going to keep an eye and keep some things because there was a lot of investments in some of those guys.
Well, so in a lot of football players too, and blah 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 blah. So I think there is a level of use of these steroids that. There's limits to it. You cycle on, cycle off, blah, 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 blah. But also, at least Lou Ferrigno and Arnold had other careers. Like, it wasn't like this was their thing. I mean...
Well, for a long time it was.
Yeah, but then how old was Arnold when he retired from bodybuilding?
Wow. I don't know.
Right, and he had been at the pinnacle.
Right.
And then he went on to have a blockbuster movie career. Then he went on to... And so he maintained some physical size. So I got to imagine he was doing some stuff.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And then he became the governor. Now, is he doing anything while he's the governor? I mean, is the governor taking steroids?
Maybe there's...
He's probably on replacement hormones or something.
Right. Hormone replacement. They might have some secret shit for him.
Yeah, but I mean, you're the governor and you've got enemies too.
What about Stallone?
Dude, Stallone's on growth hormone. He looks weird.
He looks very weird.
But Stallone never ran for office.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is Schwarzenegger did. Schwarzenegger ran for office. I do think that if you're a political guy at a level of governor of California, that's like governor of New York. I mean, you're not that far away from being on the national stage, whatever. You may have enemies. And if you are doing steroids, I don't know that you can... I don't know if that's like...
I don't know if at that point in time they're steroids.
Right.
I think there are other things that are...
I heard stories about people who actually dealt with Schwarzenegger when he was governor, and apparently he had like a smoke tent. He had a smoke tent. He had like a room, like a tent set up so he could go in there and smoke cigars without violating anything at that time. So he had a smoke tent. So he'd smoke his cigars in there. Also, he had a sword from Conan on one of the long committee tables so that like when they would do legislative meetings, he'd swing the sword around and talk and do all this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And, but then I feel like after the governorship, he went into like a depression or there was like, don't you remember, am I imagining this that for a minute he had just sort of disappeared from the public eye for a while?
Was that when he was caught in that thing with the
Guatemalan house keeper?
Is that what it was?
I don't know what that was, but it was around something like that.
Was that when he had his fucking, the lamb's fucking tubes put into him?
The pig ones. No, he was still with Maria Shriver, and I think he had a motorcycle accident. I remember that. But it wasn't a major accident. It was just down his road. But no, it was like after that. It was like in his 60s, somewhere in his 60s. I feel like he disappeared, and then I saw him coming back more in the public eye. And
remember when that guy jumped on him and kicked him in the back?
Right.
Remember he was like, remember that shit, dog? And kicked him in the back, then his bodyguards beat the shit out of the guy.
Right. I do remember that. Why did that guy kick him in the back?
I don't know. He ran up to him and like kicked him in the back. Remember, he was like shaking a bunch of kids. But shaking hands with a bunch of kids, and then some guy came fucking jumped, did a flying kick in his back.
Right.
Knocked his ass down.
He retired in 1975 from weightlifting.
Wow.
He retired in
1975?
Yeah, he was in 1975. 47 years ago, he retired from... He was born in 1947. So he was 28 when he retired at the top of his game.
There are not a lot of guys retiring at 28 these days.
Right. So if you're 44 talking about, I hope I make it, and you haven't hit Mr. Olympia yet, you ain't going to hit Mr. Olympia.
And I think that there's a lot of guys, you can tell, there's a lot of guys competing these days that are in their late 30s. I mean, look at Lou Ferrigno. He won fucking at 40 something years old. He won fucking Olympia.
Right.
His first Olympia.
But right, but I mean, and Ferrigno was a specimen.
Right, and he also had already stopped, and then he came back to the sport.
Right.
So there was a break.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I think once and I think this was in the early 90s that he won Olympia. I think that by him doing that at 40-something years old, that kind of showed the world, like, you're fully developing in your late 30s and the 40s. I think people, and they want to fucking build up that. That's why I think there's fucking guys 37, 38, 39 years old that are competing for Mr. Olympia now. How are you going to go that long abusing this shit? And the other thing is, man, is like, there's doctors that are giving guys shit, and then there's guys that are just taking they got a fucking bag of vials and juicing them, and they're doing whatever they want. They're their own doctor.
Yeah.
And these guys are also getting bigger. And bro, you can run this, and you can run, and these guys aren't doctors. The next thing you know, you've got some of these guys that are real addicts on this shit. And they're just on fucking, like Liver King.
Right.
They just start going fucking ham, doing fucking $3,000-$4,000 worth. They're running 6 different things, right?
You're
Who's
right.
gonna tell them no? They don't have a doctor. They're not. You know what I'm saying? They're doing whatever they can, and I think it's a lot of those guys that are like,
hey, dog.
fucking 32 years old. They're just fucking, their hearts exploded and shit.
Hey, dog.
Oh, and
Yeah.
these guys were talking about, these bodybuilders were talking. Check this out, you guys. If you're a professional bodybuilder, you more than likely already have an oversized heart. That's just part of the game. Think about that.
Hey, bro. I mean, I'm not trying to bring the show down or nothing. You know what I mean? But I was like just kind of perusing an article. Hey, did you know? Maybe you did. I don't. Did you know that in 1977, Arnold Schwarzenegger posed for a gay magazine called After Dark?
Damn.
It's on the Wikipedia, and I'm looking now. I went to follow up on the thing, and apparently it's like vintage. And it says 1977 Arnold Schwarzenegger After Dark Beefcakes. I mean,
And he made governor.
And he made governor. And like, I'm looking at so it's a gay magazine. He's not naked. He's almost naked, but he ain't naked. All right.
But didn't Sylvester Stallone do gay porn before he got fucking discovered?
I'm sure, but like somehow
they got pictures of that shit.
But for some reason, I feel like, listen, I don't think, I don't care. I just find it shocking that Arnold Schwarzenegger posed for a gay magazine in 77. In 77. That's not like, everyone's freaking out today about, well, I don't know what to call you. But like in 77, he's in a fucking Speedo, bro, with his legs akimbo. In a male sex magazine. I'm sure, he's probably was propositioned by a million weird fuckers in Los Angeles.
He probably got sucked up half of them.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't know, but I'm just saying, 1977, he posed for the gay magazine After Dark. I'm like, After Dark? Like, what? Wow. And he became governor. That never came up.
What movie came out in 77 of his?
In 1977? Let's see.
Did he have a movie?
Oh, that's a good
Dude,
point.
it says that, it says After Dark was an entertainment magazine that covered theater, cinema, stage plays, ballet, performance art, and various artists.
Pumping Iron came out in 77.
So this guy released a national movie and the cover of a men's adult gay magazine all in the same year.
Yeah, this says gay magazine. So you're saying it's just for theater? I don't know if
It
that
looks
means
pretty. It looks pretty gay. Dude.
it's flamboyant.
It's
all
Like,
guys.
hey,
it's
not-
all guys with no shirts
Richard
on.
Gere's in it.
They're talking
Yeah,
about
with the gerbil.
right. They're talking about ballet. They're talking about play. Yeah, they're covering all that, but the guys covering it are all without their shirts on and bikini bottoms.
What do you mean a gay magazine? It covers dance, theater, and Broadway. What's
Bro, you know who else is in it? Is the guy from Saturday Night Fever.
Pee Wee Herman?
John Travolta.
John Travolta. But everybody knows John Travolta's gay. Remember that lawsuit John Travolta had for like coming on to that male masseuse or whatever?
Right.
Yeah, he was in the Beverly Hills Hilton or whatever it was.
Wow.
Dude, he was like, why don't you come upstairs and give me a rub down? And then somebody was like, I'm going to file a lawsuit on you, pal. I don't think so.
Did they?
They did file it. They filed a lawsuit. There was probably a real story behind it because the lawsuit went away. I mean, it was like a Craigslist massage order from John Travolta.
When you know what's funny is that when you hear about these things, even when you hear about that scumbag who was pushing all the girls down,
Harvey Weinstein?
when you hear like these crazy stories like that, the first thing that strikes me is like, yeah, but this is just the story we're hearing about.
Totally.
Like, how many of these incidents did he just be like, I'm John Travolta. You're going to suck this much. And I ain't even tipping you afterwards. Hey, get down here, boy. Yeah. Now squeeze that thing till you see your reflection of yourself in it, right? And you ain't getting no tip. These guys just think they can do that. You get a tip. Ain't going to be a money tip. Going to be flesh tip.
Flesh tip.
Meat tip.
You're going to see some stars.
I'm going to leave a tip on your tongue. So... you know, how many people did Harvey Weinstein push down that didn't say anything?
Right. It's countless.
That just said, okay, hurry up and get finished. So
in the Bill Cosby book,
yeah, right.
60 women came forward.
Damn.
That means that there's 500, or there's 500 that did it to. That's the ratio.
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
You did that 500 times.
Right.
It's like when fucking you bust some kid and fucking you bust him for some fucking stealing fucking candy.
Well, I
And he
learned my
tells
lesson.
I never done this for the first time. Oh, fucker's mad because he got caught. He's
Yeah.
been stealing candy for the last 5 years.
Dude, I
He's
probably
kinda
been caught smoking when I was a kid like 18 different times, and each time it was the first time I tried it. I
Right.
hadn't even practiced, like really rehearsed well.
Exactly.
Like, you know what? I saw some older kids doing it, and I thought I'd try. It was peer pressure. And boy, have I learned my lesson. Thank you.
And yeah, Dad, and I forgot that we had this talk a year ago. That's how, you know.
As soon as I got out of eyesight, I was like, yeah. Like lighting right back up. Like, let's smoke this out.
Woke up, Johnny.
Hey, dude, how old were you when you first started smoking?
15. And I was right across the street from Santa Monica High School. I'm waiting for the number 7 bus to go back to LA to my mom's.
Mm-hmm.
And this fucking lady, she was young. She was kind of attractive, kind of cool Latina. And I was 15. She must have been in her early 20s.
Okay.
And we're all waiting for the bus. I'm standing there, I'm kind of bored. I'm waiting for the bus, you know. And I see this chick, and she like pulls out her bag, and I watch her, and she pulls out a Marlboro, and she lights it. And the way she lit it, and the way she hit it, and the whole thing, it just looked really cool.
Right.
And I remember I was staring at her smoking, lighting up. I was watching the whole little process, and she looks over at me, and she's like, "Do you want one?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah, I do." I just said it without, yeah. And I leaned over, she lit it, and I had tried to smoke like one of my dad's cigarettes when I was little.
What was he smoking?
Pall Mall Reds.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And I couldn't inhale it. It made me fucking sick, you know? So it didn't work.
The good
So
stuff
this was the
does.
next time. So I'm like, wait. And I hit it, and I let it inhale. It burned, and it inhaled. And I blew out. I was like, And I did it a few more times, and it kind of like took up the time. I got a little head rush from the cigarette, right? And it just kind of was like, just wanted a head change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was bored. I'm waiting for the bus, and it kind of like filled that time. And I remember when I got home, and my mom had gotten home, and my mom kept a pack of cigarettes, Benson Hedges, in her purse. That fucking pack would be in her purse for like a year. My mom could have like one cigarette in like a couple months. She won't smoke another cigarette for 6 months.
Wow, that's weird.
So I went into her purse, and that same day I grabbed 2 cigarettes, and I went downstairs, and like after dinner I smoked one. So I really thought I was a big man. I think later that night I went down and did it again, and it was pretty within days after that, every time I saw somebody smoking, I was like, can I bum a cigarette? Because back then you could bum a cigarette from anybody. Yeah.
Right.
And I remember it maybe took me about a week of me like, till finally one day I'm like, I stole it. I wasn't buying no pack of cigarettes.
Right.
I fucking stole a pack of Marlboros, right? That shit. I remember, I'm going to let my mom know I'm smoking now. And I remember I'm at the dinner table. My mom had made dinner. We ate. And then she cleaned up to grab some plates after dinner, right? And me, I got like an ashtray pulled over to me. And my mom's like washing some of the dishes from dinner. And I fucking pull out my pack. I lay the lighter on the pack. I'm sitting right at the dinner table. My mom looks over at me and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? She didn't cuss much.
Right.
She said, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And she grabbed that cigarette out of my fucking hand and threw that shit in the sink. And then she took my cigarettes and she didn't tear them up. She just grabs them like this. And like squeezed them a little bit, threw them in the trash with the lighter. You're not going to do that in this house. I'm calling your father. That was always her thing. I'll call your dad now.
Oh, no.
She calls my dad. And she is telling him what she's saying. And I'm kind of thinking, fuck, man. But I'm already kind of age where he can't do nothing to me. And just going to be mad.
How old are you?
15.
Right.
And she starts leaning into my dad on the phone. My dad smokes. My dad's been smoking since he was 12 or something. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's like, what do you mean? So he wants to smoke? If he can afford his own cigarette, he wants to smoke. Let him smoke. You know, that's his own business. Stop treating him like a baby.
Making sense.
All right. Give him the phone. And my mom's all mad.
Yeah.
Slow it down. I go, yeah. He goes, all right. She's just upset. Just don't do it in front of her. Straight over it. Yeah. All right. And I think that I hit it for maybe like a week or two, man. I was trying to then I just started smoking in my house. My mom would bring me the ashtray after that. You know what I'm saying?
That's man moves, bro.
Said nothing about it after that.
Your mom brings you the ashtray. That's man moves, bro.
But, man, you guys, I tell you right now, listeners, I heard it a million times. Don't start. You're not going to be able to stop. Don't start. You're not going to be able to stop.
Yeah.
Don't start because you're not going to. And sure enough, man, I've never really wanted to start. I probably know I needed to, but every doctor I've ever seen. Do you smoke? Yes. Oh, you got to. You ready to start something? They want to help me.
Right.
I don't think they're running a sham, every fucking doctor. This shit ain't good for you. Now I'm at a place where I am thinking about quitting. I would like to. It's not that easy now. It's just not that fucking easy, man. So that's the deal. And who knows? I may be one of those guys that can just smoke and not pay any penalties for it. But
don't be mad at Big Lux and let the man enjoy. I mean, the man smokes. Maybe he doesn't pay any penalties.
Nobody get mad at me now.
Don't get mad. Let the man enjoy his life.
I've enjoyed these fucking cigarettes, bro. I really, for the longest time, I enjoyed them, dude. I don't want to quit. No, I like smoking.
Hey, bro, man, I'm reading about George Orwell and all these writers from that time. That's all they did was smoke, bro. Yeah. That was not even a big deal. I mean, that was part of the thing. I wanted to smoke the minute I read Tom Sawyer as a kid, they're telling me about it. And
about the corn husk pipe?
Yeah, bro. I wanted a pipe bet. Where's my fucking tobacco?
Yeah.
Give me the tobacco.
I think they put that in there.
It's Mark Twain.
They put in there to sell tobacco.
Dude, they were selling, maybe they did, but that was a different time. Smoking and chewing. That's
wasn't a bad thing. And snuff.
This is about as American pie, bro. The Indians, the tobacco.
I feel like in the old days, you little kids were chewing tobacco.
Yeah,
spitting.
dude. It was the same as brushing your teeth.
Right.
It's you brush your teeth and chew tobacco. Yeah, and it was no thing. I think the first time that I smoked was Bellingham, Washington. And my Auntie Gloria was my dad's aunt. Old lady, dude. She was a smoker. since 1919. She didn't give a fuck. Like, she was the kind of smoker that, like, her fingers were yellow.
Yeah.
GPC, homeboy.
I had an uncle like that, bro. Yep.
She didn't care. She wanted as cheap as she could get it, right? And good, God bless her. And
With a
glory.
menthol?
Only if she had a cold.
Okay. That's my dad. Smoked Salem's when he had a cold.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
My dad did that
because
shit.
it helps with the cold, right? That
it
fucking
doesn't burn.
Right. With
cool.
no way to stop.
My dad, fucking dude, that's crazy.
Yep. She would have the menthol. In fact, she would go on the Indian reservation because there was no taxes on the cigarettes and just buy fucking cartons. Lady couldn't figure out how to do anything right. Lady made Thanksgiving dinner one time and did the stuffing, right? And I put the fucking spoon in the fucking thing, in the stuffing to give myself a serving, and I pulled out this gigantic fucking bag of gizzards.
Right, she didn't even clean the fucking thing out.
She cooked the fucking shit.
With the plastic bag.
Yeah, like all
It's like a plastic turkey, huh?
Oh, it's
the
crazy.
plastic just starts cooking up through the whole bird. The whole bird just got this
Everything is
taste of plastic to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
man.
lady, right? But
It'll fuck up a wet dream.
and she had like a fucking, and she was kind of overweight, like all my family's overweight, and she had a Audi belly button, and it was full of fat. So like she would wear these
like a
moo-moos.
little nipple.
Oh, bigger than a nipple.
Like a big nipple.
It looked like a giant nose or something, like on her belly.
Like a pigtail.
No.
A big snot.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a Jimmy Dean sausage, like half a Jimmy Dean sausage coming right out of her gut, bro.
The little tie at the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a true story. And she'd be wearing a muumuu, smoking. Muumuu.
Sexy.
Muumuu. She had 2 kids. So even she could get laid. Big Pick Mike, so there's hope.
Yeah, there's always hope. Bro.
But the thing is
Keep hope alive.
don't give up, Mike.
No,
Because even my retarded nicotine stained aunt could fucking have kids. Anyway, so the umbilical cord when she was growing up or something was tracked around things, so she was like a slow adult. So you could steal cigarettes from her easy. And so she'd be in the other thing in the kitchen. And I'd go right into her bag, grab a bunch of GPC fucking cigarettes, line them all up. Then the next thing you know, I'd be like, well, I'm going for a walk. I'd go out, man, just be puffing away. Yeah. Puffing like a maniac. And
Getting a head rush.
Oh, bro. I loved getting a head rush. Dude, in any way that I could fucking, my dad would smoke, I'd steal his cigarettes.
Yeah. Whipped cream in the refrigerator, you'd fucking huff that.
I tried once or twice because people told me you could do that. The only thing I don't like about the huff and the whipped cream is it just doesn't last that long.
Right. It's like fucking, that's how those balloons are of the fucking shit. That's why they keep the balloon and they got to keep on doing it because it gives you,
Yeah, but it's like you can't just stay like that. You got to sit there with a balloon for like, who's going to do that?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a fucking weird nudnik.
A bunch of
like a mime or a
nudniks that do
pantomime
stuff
would
like
do
that.
shit like
Bunch
that.
of
Right?
huffers.
Did you ever use any type of performance enhancing drugs at all?
What do you mean by that?
Workouts.
Oh,
you're a
steroid-
physical guy. Did you
No.
ever?
I've never done. It's kind of like cocaine. I've never done cocaine. I've never done steroids, and mainly because I've never been cool enough or in the know with people who could get access to it. I just never have.
We could take you a block away, get you some coke.
Now I don't need
Oh,
it.
okay.
I got all this coke and this
Okay,
fucking energy drink right here.
Sean?
Yeah.
Did you ever do steroids?
No.
When did you start smoking?
Probably about like 16 or 17.
Yeah, but like how?
I mean, my mom used to smoke, and I remember someone like giving me a cigarette and being like, "Oh, try it," like one of the adults. And I was like, "Oh, fuck!" It was just terrible, and I hated it.
How did you get to like it?
Practice.
I don't know, man. I can't remember. I mean,
You were like a hardcore smoker for a long time,
yeah,
bro.
I was. I smoked
Reds.
almost a pack. No,
Really?
What was it?
mediums.
Mediums, Marlboro mediums.
You ever-
Damn, he used to buy packs. Like
Oh,
he was a
yeah.
smoker.
Yeah,
bro.
bro. Big time.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time smoking.
Big time.
Big
I
time.
had the orange shit on my fingers. All kinds of
Do
good
a
shit.
smoke. But dude, there is something to smoking. Like, I mean, it does take up
loved
the
it.
time.
I loved it.
The only thing that I didn't like about smoking was like the smell. That's it. During it, fine. later when I felt like my hand went by, I'd be like, But chewing tobacco, never gave that up. Ever. Copenhagen, fucking loved it. Fucking, I even found that shit that you bite. Cannonball.
So good.
The plug.
The
Chew on
brownie. It looks like a brownie.
It looks like a brownie. Fucking plug. Red Man
Yeah, the long leafy shit.
in that foil pouch. Beach nut.
I fucking did the fucking, I think it was cherry Red Man.
Yeah.
First time I ever tried to chew.
I like that.
And it was fucking, I was watching a baseball.
Yeah.
At Samuel High. I was watching them. And there was some dude fucking had a big old spitting. And the game was over and we're walking back towards the bus stop.
Yeah.
And it's like 5 o'clock in the evening. And I'm like, hey, bro, what's with that shit? He goes, oh, it's cherry. Cherry flavor. I'm like,
fuck
let
yeah.
me see that shit. He opens up the fucking pouch and he's like, smell it. And I'm like, straight cherry, dog. What do I do? He's
Delicious.
Like, take some of it, just let it, just put it in there. You're going to know it. Do you spit it out? Like, all right. I get that thing in there. It's in there a long time. I don't know if I'm spit or what to do. I get on the bus. So you know I'm swallowing this shit.
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
Confusion.
I'm like, can't spit. I'm like, I gotta spit here. Swallow.
Oh, no.
I'm 45 minutes on the bus with this shit, right?
Confusion.
By the time I'm coming towards my bus stop, I'm starting to feel real
bad.
feeling right, dog. But I mean, I'll remember this feeling for the rest of my life.
Right.
And it is nauseous to the 10th degree.
Right.
Like I'm starting
Hot.
to fucking,
Right.
oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
starting to like see double.
Right.
Starting to break out. People are looking at me a little
Right.
strange, right?
Right.
I go to get up and I'm kind of staggering, right? I feel like I'm about to puke on the lady in front of me. Bro. And I just kicked through the back door like 2 stops earlier. Like I'm about to shit my pants, but out of my mouth. Bro. And broad air, and I fucking spit all this shit out. And nothing's helping me, dude. I'm getting worse.
Yeah.
Wow. By the time I get to my house, I'm now on my hands and knees. I'm leaking. Now I'm leaking, man. I'm dragging myself. If there was a gun around, I'd shot myself right there.
That's like you were like a
Drinking
fucking-
milk and
You were like
water.
a cruiser that was like taking on water.
Brother.
Like listing.
Anybody said anything about chewing tobacco after that day to me, I was like, you're fucking crazy. Keep that shit away. You're crazy, man.
You know what's gonna be weird is that like somehow you tell that story to me and like it's like camaraderie. Like I hear that and I'm like, I've been there a couple of times.
Oh man, I mean, I did my first 2. I mean, I feel like I stuck it in my lip, and maybe 15 minutes in, I was already, and I didn't swallow.
Right.
So I can't even imagine swallowing that shit and just going through that ride, man.
Oh, dude.
Brutal, man.
I really was almost ready to tell my mom
You didn't
to call
you
the
didn't see
doctors.
that
I call the ambulance. I feel like I was going to die, bro. It was so bad.
Listen, dude.
And I can taste it and smell it to right now. Exactly what that was. Dude.
Oh yeah, dude. What is this fart noise you make?
Because I did the same experience. We were playing Little League. We got tired of like, hey, check it out.
You didn't-
We went to
you didn't
fucking
see
Save
that?
On
Just-
fucking store, right? Save On like whatever it's writing now. But we went in there like, hey, dude, let's go get some fucking, was it a Red Man chewing tobacco?
Yeah.
And we went in there and I saw it. I'm like, hey, let's go get it. So we kind of took it away from the store. So we sat down playing Little League and was like, fuck bubble gum. We're gonna do like the major league guys do. And so we went in there, got it, took it to the game. And we're like, all right, fucking yeah, let's do this shit. We went in there and fucking me and my cousin Victor fucking go, put that shit in. Like, oh shit, this shit tastes good, dude. And I made the fatal mistake of like, oh yeah, you're supposed to fucking spit it. And I did fucking and fucking swallow that shit. And oh my God, I was talking about turning green.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
nausea.
good for you.
And I was fucking dude blowing chunks when I got to the fucking house. Fucking dude, it was horrible. But you know what?
It's horrible.
I like chewing tobacco, man. It was good shit. I liked it.
Let me tell you something, man. I have been in so many, dude. I've been in so many situations where I was green to the gills.
Why would you do that over and over again?
I don't know, but I like it.
Ugh.
I like that.
Glutton punishment.
I fucking love it. And I'll tell you something, man. This on now that I've got it dialed in now. I mean, before it was like skull long cut.
Wait, hold on. Tell the listeners, because some people haven't listened to this show. They don't know the history. They don't know the shit kit. They don't know like the depths that you take it to. There's people that haven't heard that episode before.
Dude.
So
all right. So the truth of the matter is every night, including tonight, after I leave here, I will drive all the way to Orange County. And this is really the only thing, this is maybe the only thing I'm waiting for. Fuck everything else, right?
Every day.
Every goddamn day. I have 2 cans of On. 8 milligrams. Each pouch is 8 milligrams worth of nicotine. There's not even flavor in it anymore. They outlawed that in California. Can't do it. But that poison is still in it.
How many are in a pouch?
20.
There's 20.
20 in each box.
And so 20 times 8 is what?
160.
So you're doing 320?
320.
How do you fit all of those pouches in your mouth?
carefully.
And isn't a pouch like, isn't a normal,
What?
if we ever want to talk about what normal might be, isn't that somewhere around 1 or 2 pouches?
Easily. It's 1.
It's 1. That's like what you do it. So
You're
the
enjoying
pouch
it.
might make, the little thing might last you a couple days, right?
So like a
Supposed
pouch,
to.
Okay.
a little tin would be like a pack of cigarettes. It's like
20.
1 tin.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
20.
it might even be more than cigarettes
Okay.
in terms of nicotine.
Right.
8 milligrams of nicotine in
So,
a powder.
Yeah. What?
It's powder, and it's like a little white pillow
Right.
full of nicotine powder.
Right. Right. I've seen them. So you mean to tell me you open up 2 of these?
Every night.
And do you like lay them in? Like you have to stack them all across your gums the right way so they all fit in?
Vertical.
Right.
To maximize the space. Otherwise, if I lay them horizontal, it's not going to happen.
So you put them in like teeth.
Yeah, like in the second row of teeth, like a shark. That's right. Bottom, top, and a couple floaters on the side. Floaters.
It says 1 to 2 milligrams of nicotine is in a cigarette.
Yeah, I'm going full bore.
He's going 8
full bore.
on 1 pouch.
Fucking going yard.
Yeah, bro, this ain't for kids. This ain't no pleasure cruise, sonny boy. This is a real deal. So when right, it's every night. I've got a growler coming. Right. Log jamming. And I got a philosophy book. That's all I need, the Holy Trinity. A philosophy book, shit, and nicotine. That's all I need. And I've got 2 Kirkland signature sparkling waters in the freezer. Shh.
Because
Don't
they got to be
disrespect
ice
me.
cold.
Meaning ice in the water. There's got to be
Right.
shards of ice coming through. Hey, this is serious.
Did you put those things in the freezer when you get home?
No.
They're in the freezer?
No. They're in the fridge.
Uh-huh.
When it's time, right? When it's time, I go and put those in the freezer. By the time I've done everything, come back, there's ice forming on the lake.
Gotcha.
So I hit that, right? And I sit there and I read and I just get transported into a physical and mental different zone, bro. You've seen it once at the hotel. You saw me come out with completely different attitude.
Yeah, but the guy, you didn't even hang out. You went right to bed.
Yeah, I don't need to hang out. I don't want to hang out. This ain't no hangout thing. This ain't a gimlet. I'm not at the bar trying to chop it up with some Spanish peanuts.
Right.
It's my deal. So I go through that. Now, I do my thing and it's all in there. But there comes a point in time where I start sweating because of the poison. Fuck. Sweat.
Just like when you start swallowing the motherfucking chewing tobacco, you start poisoning yourself.
I'm poisoning. I'm sweating.
Are you swallowing?
No. I
But
spit.
you're swallowing when you drink the.
Wait. Hold on. Don't try to understand this until I get through
Mm-hmm.
it. See, you're just novice style right here. No, I don't swallow it. That's pure nicotine. If I swallow,
That's what she said.
if I swallow that,
You might die.
some serious ramifications.
Right.
It's a whole process. I'm reading, things going through, and like I'm feeling like echoes and like waves of sensations. Lightheaded, hot, sweating. Stomach starts to feel a little nauseous, not 100 nauseous, but uncomfortable. And I like that. I like it. Oh, this is what's fucked up about me. No doubt about it. Then, right, I hit this point where it's like, it's got to come out or I might die. I can feel it. And I take it all out. Goes down. Clean everything up. And then, I mean, I stumble a little bit even. That's how off balance I am at that moment.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I turn to the sink and I turn on the cold. Now I'm hot and now I'm trying to recover, right? So I'm splashing my face to get the cold water on my face. I gargle 3 times. 3 times to make sure there's no anything.
Right.
Then I brush my teeth. Then I gargle again, twice. Now the coast is clear. I pull myself together. Check the window 3 times. Is it locked? No intruders. Night Stalker. Listen to that episode. That's how he got that gal. Bathroom window. Then I walk down the hall. Then I go in. Go right to this freezer. 2 Kirkland signature. Right now, and I don't know why, there was a period of time where I thought grapefruit was the best flavor. Right now, I'm deep into the lemon because it reminds me of Coca-Cola. Don't ask me why. And I fucking chug that. And I leave the freezer door open because I'm still hot. And I let that cool freezer air just blow in my face. And my wife has opened up the door and she'll see me sweating, drinking the thing, hanging on by a thread by the freezer, and she'll just like go and like roll her eyes. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, don't look at me. She's like, you look insane. I'm like, it's part of it. It's part of it. She's like, wow, dude, you're really weird. Then I
Go to bed.
give her a kiss goodnight, tell her how much I love her, then I go to bed. That's it. Almost every night. I mean, that is every night for the last 30 years. Wow.
Yeah, not almost.
Yeah, right. The only time it came off of that.
But you were hiding it for a while.
Yeah, bro.
How long were you hiding it from your wife? How long could you hide it from your wife?
How long can you hide anything from any woman you live with?
Right.
Months.
At best.
At best.
And then you had to come correct.
Yeah.
Did she bust you and you have to come correct? Did she fucking find you and you come correct? Or did you just come straight like, we need to sit down? I need
No,
to
there
say
was
something?
a bust.
Okay.
There was a bust.
Good. I like the honesty.
There was a bust.
You were forced to come out.
On that, yeah.
You wouldn't have come out on your own.
Probably not.
Okay. That's what I wanted to hear.
That's the truth.
I believe it.
You know what?
I ain't admitting this shit.
No, listen, I'll tell you something. There, in some bizarre, probably narcissistic, like math, I think like, well, I don't drink. I don't cheat. I work my ass off. I'm entertaining. I fucking do X, Y, and Z. I'm owed that.
You're an Indian.
And I'm an Indian.
Yeah.
Right. I'm owed that. That little thing.
You should be able to have that without too many headaches.
I don't come home drunk with my, pants around my ankles.
Lipstick on your fucking boxers.
Suck that! I don't do all that shit.
Don't worry about that. Suck that.
Right? There's none of those problems. Zero of those problems.
Don't look at that socket.
There's none of those kinds of problems, right? But there is that.
That's
And
the
I
only one.
and my wife and I have gone round and round a little bit about. She's like, "You're a father now." You know what? And then she's right. She's got a point. But I've also told her a couple times, like, it's not a lot that I do. And maybe you're right. Maybe there is a time when I'll transcend out of that. But if you take out that one last free space, who knows how I'll snap? I don't know.
Right. Guy might start fucking whores and smoking crack. So you better just take it what you got right now.
Or start drinking.
Or start drinking.
Hi, Dixon. How are you, Dixon? Good. How are you? Good. We're gonna go. Hey, lunch.
Yeah, we're taking this guy to lunch.
Oh, dude. One of those places where the ladies are dancing and the buffet.
That's Sam's Hofbräu.
There you go. Not that far from where is that?
Not that far.
No. Yeah. But yeah, so in any
Get a
event,
steak and a lap dance.
there you go. Right, surf and turf.
Right.
Yeah. But the point of yeah, so anyway, that's my Achilles heel. That's you got me. You got me. What can I do?
That's all right.
I'm already 47. What the fuck?
Jesus.
Right?
Well, just so that we're not off context completely, be real careful out there with these steroids.
Right. Me personally, dude, I think maybe the not that it's illegal or wrong or any, I'm not putting a moral thing on it, but I do think that maybe for bodybuilding, there's some thought that's got to be put into what healthy really is. What is strong, right? What does strong mean? Anyway, listen, you want to be strong, though, I'll tell you what you need to do, right?
Get some Bolt. Okay, CBD. Best in the market. Bolt CBD. Give 'em a
Best.
follow.
Number one.
Best. You want the best? Best
Hey, hold on,
CBD,
hold
best
on.
gummies.
I got a PSA here.
Oh, you do?
Delta 8.
I got a PSA before we
Bolt.
cut out.
And Vibes rolling papers. There you go. Cubanos.
Yeah, the real one.
Check out Vibes.
Right.
Big shout out to Vibes family, Cookies, everybody over at Alien,
Right.
Bolt, CBD, our sponsors.
Yep.
I want to give a shout out to Enzo's Pizzeria. Great calzone.
Right.
And Pulpo Beard Oil. Big shout out. And while we're doing it, big shout out to Raul and to Jesus. Thank you. And listen to Hard Luck Show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Chumahan, what you
Yeah, I said over on the Bone LLP, we wear braids to court. You understand what it's like to have an American Indian on your side? We never lose.
ever.
Ever. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Dixon.
Yeah, big shout out to Dixon, man.
Dixon
Stayed back for us tonight.
Not only that, this guy Dixon is an audio genius.
Yep.
He and old Blue Eyes will be audio arm wrestling later, right? To see who's the champion.
They're going to build some wonderful things over here in the audio world.
That's true.
Yeah, some shimmering heads.
Nice.
Let's go. And then, okay, so you got a PSA?
Yeah. Be careful with your steroids, but be careful with your nicotine, my friends, because this man that you hear is not condoning the use
No.
of heavy nicotine.
Not everybody can handle
Listen
this.
to me.
Yeah.
It's all individual. You 40 packets go in your mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 320 milligrams of nicotine. A lethal dose can be as low as 30 to 60 milligrams.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, so be careful.
So-
And just like you tell him to be careful, you better be careful.
Yeah.
With all that CBD and Delta
Turkey
8.
tail.
You almost
Get
killed
on
yourself
that.
the last
Fuck
Dixon,
around.
he took 2 of those. He almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Delta 8.
Well,
He took
I
2
didn't
of
know.
the alien
We almost
Delta
lost him.
8
He's a
gummies.
didn't
time
know.
traveler, man.
Yeah.
1,000 milligrams.
Okay. Anyway,
cool.
Sean at moonmetal.media for all your audio and podcasting needs. Hey, don't forget to hit us up at hardluckshow.com.
Yeah.
Go check out the Art of War.
Right.
Go check out some of the soundboards.
Yes.
Hey, there's a
Yes.
lot of stuff on Gum Road. It's not just the Art of War. There's things. There's other things. It's all free. Well, it's not all free, but
They
it's
say,
a lot.
see a broad to get that booty ackle, leg her down and smack 'em, yak 'em.
What do you got, Mike?
Just got a shout out to Hard Luck Show, or to Mr. and Mr. Earbuds out there, and got Mike Angelo Photography. Also got Bionic Sound Systems. Check us out for all your DJ needs. We got you.
Yeah. Hear that?
This is
LA.
This is Schmitty, and I like saying, for beard oil.
Pull beer.
I should say,
Gotta get Schmitty over here.
where is that guy?
I don't know. But Schmitty, if you're listening, get your ass over here.
Get your ass over here,
We're
Schmidt.
outta here.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Beard oil for the gentlemen only. Purple. Purple beard oil.